stay inside the magic or not? That is the question. This can have a huge impact on your Disney experience, but everyone has to weigh their own pros and cons here, so I want to lay down 6 things for you that you will miss out on if you choose not to stay on Disney property. Hey, this is Dora with Make Time for Magic, and today we are talking about one of the first decisions that you'll make when you're planning your trip. Whether or not to stay at a resort on Disney property. I know there's a lot to consider here, but in this video, we wanted to point out the top 6 things that you will miss out on if you choose not to stay on Disney property. The first thing you'll miss out on is the 60-day Fastpass booking window. This is a big one for me, guys. I'm spending that hard-earned money to get into the parks, and I don't want to spend my precious time waiting in line for those super popular rides. If you're staying at a Disney resort, you'll get to book your Fastpass ride reservation 60 days before the first day of your trip, while anyone not staying at a Disney resort has to wait until they're 30 days out. It will be much more difficult to score those high-demand Fastpasses like Flight of Passage or Seven Dwarfs Mine Train if you're not booking them 60 days out. So you'll be at an advantage from the start here if you're staying at a Disney resort. The second thing you're going to miss out on by not staying at a Disney resort are those extra magic hours. So on select days of the week, Disney will either open one of the parks an hour early or keep a park open 2 hours late for guests staying at the Disney resorts. Now currently, this is extended to Disney Springs Resort Area hotels and the Shades of Green Military Resort at Disney. This is a super nice perk, especially if you're only at Disney for a few days, because you can really pack the attractions in here. The morning extra magic hours are especially great. As you can see from these pictures here, there are not very many people here in the parks for this. You can jump onto several of those rides that you don't have fast passes for and significantly reduce the overall time you'll spend waiting in line at the park. Another really super great perk here. The third thing that you will miss out on if you're not staying on Disney property is the Magical Express. This is a free airport shuttle service offered only to Disney resort guests. Now this is a savings that can really be significant. You could end up paying a pretty hefty fee to be shuttled to and from the airport to your hotel. So when you're doing your on-property or off-property cost analysis, you don't want to forget to factor this in. Something else to mention here is that the Magical Express only runs from the MCO Orlando Airport. It will not pick you up from the Sanford International Airport. I know that quite a few people fly into Sanford because there are some airlines that will run some super crazy low fares to Orlando but only fly into the Sanford Airport, which is about a 55-minute drive away from Disney. Now, I have flown into Sanford several times myself, because who can turn down a $35 flight, right? But you really need to look at all the other costs associated with this. You'll either need to drop the cash for a shuttle or rent a car both to and from your hotel. And if you choose to keep a rental car for the duration of your stay, you'll need to factor in any nightly parking fees imposed by your resort. That being said, if you're not getting a crazy cheap deal on your flight, it usually works out in your favor to fly into MCO, where you can grab the free Magical Express and let your luggage be delivered and waiting for you in your hotel room after you arrive. The fourth thing that you'll be missing out on if you're not staying at a Disney resort is all the other complimentary Disney transportation. The buses, the monorail, the gondola system, the boats. All of the Disney resorts offer free transportation to and from the parks in Disney Springs. There are scheduled buses at all of the resorts. Some of them offer boat transportation, a few have gondola stations, and 3 of the deluxe resorts are on the monorail loop. Having these options makes it super convenient to get to and from the parks. When you're tired at the end of the day, you don't need to worry about fighting traffic to get back to your hotel, or if you want to have a glass of wine with your dinner, you know you'll be safely transported back to your resort. Many hotels that are not on Disney property do offer shuttles to and from the parks, but you need to be careful here and verify how often this transportation runs. Does it just run twice a day? Disney Resort transportation will be convenient. It won't take as long to get to and from your hotel, which will make a big difference if you want to get back to your room for any reason and then go back to a park in the evening. You will have more flexibility and more options. The fifth thing that you will miss out on if you don't stay on property is the Disney dining plan. Now, I know that this is a touchy subject for experienced Disney goers, but just hear me out. The basic dining plan for 2019 costs $75.49 per day for an adult and $27.98 per day for 3 to 9-year-olds. Now, if you think about it, a single one-table service credit character buffet, if you're paying out of pocket, will cost you between $55 and $70 per person age 10 and over, or $25 to $35 for a child, without any alcoholic beverages. Then, that quick service lunch would run between $8 and $12 for the meal, and when you add a $4 soda or tea, you're looking at $12 to $16. Throw in a couple of $6 snacks for breakfast, and you've spent between $79 and $94 without any alcohol. If you like a drink with your dinner, you can add anywhere from $8 to $25 for those. With the dining plan, you'll get one alcoholic beverage included with your table service meal. So if you plan out your meals well, you can really get a lot of bang for your buck here, especially if you like to have that glass of wine with your dinner. The other perk is that it will all be paid for in advance with your vacation package. And these dining plans are only available if you're staying at a Disney resort. And that brings us to the sixth thing that you will miss out on by not staying at a Disney resort. The 180 plus 10-day dining reservation window. There are a lot of super popular restaurants that can book up at 180 days out. So anyone can make a dining reservation 180 days out, whether you're staying on property or off. But the advantage given to Disney resort guests is that you get to make dining reservations for up to 10 days of your vacation once you are 180 days out from the first day of your trip. This means you will have a better chance at scoring a seat at Cinderella's table for, say, day 5 or 6 of your trip when you book on the first day of your booking window than anyone who is staying off property who will not be able to book those for another 5 days when each of their trip days hits that 180-day mark. This can be a huge advantage because you can book all those character meals and have the characters come to you for photos and autographs instead of having to wait in lines at the parks or use up a Fastpass. Definitely our preferred way to meet the characters. Okay, quick recap. Our 6 items were the 60-day Fastpass booking window, the extra magic hours, the Magical Express, all the other complimentary Disney transportation, the Disney dining plan, and the 180 plus 10-day dining reservation window. Keep these in mind when you're weighing all the pros and cons of staying on property. And if you're on the fence, know that Disney hospitality far surpasses any others that we have experienced. It really does make you feel as if you're inside the magic for your entire stay. If you like this video and you want to see more of our planning tips, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and remember, time is precious, so be sure to make time to create those magical memories.